Hey everyone, and welcome to the start of my 48-hour reading vlog. I am so excited, as you might be able to tell. It's Friday and I finished work for the week. It's been the busiest day I've had in a while, but I'm done, I'm free, and I have a whole 48 hours, well, almost, to myself to read. And I'm really excited, so I'm going to be vlogging the entire thing. I thought that, to begin with, I would show you what I'm planning on reading. I did do a TBR, but in case you haven't seen the TBR, here's what I'm going to be reading. So these aren't the only two books, but I'm starting off with Fire. I have about 100 pages left of it, and I didn't manage to finish it in time for the readathon, but here we go. I'll be starting with this one, and then by the time Fire is finished, my next read should be here, which is An Unwanted Guest by Sherry LaPena. Let's pretend it's here. And then I'm also planning on tackling The Colour of Magic. I have read about 60 pages of this, not that many, this is Quill's bookmark. I'm looking forward to diving into this series, actually, because I've heard so many good things about it. I just haven't had a chance yet, so I'm planning on reading that. And then also my other two reads, which are here and here, on my Kindle/audio. We've got, first of all, Vengeful by V.E. Schwab. Don't know when I'm going to be reading this, like in what order, but I'm going to be reading that at some point. And then also Sadie by Courtney, which is short and it sounds amazing, so I'm going to be reading that. But first of all, I need to eat some dinner and also clear up the house a bit because I've got washing over there and like a table to clear up. But first I'm going to make dinner and then I will start reading. I also need to edit my reading vlog that's going up on Friday night. So, I don't know. I've got a whole bunch of things to do. But first, dinner, because I'm starving. So I finally sat down to read and it's going really well. I've got about 50 pages of Fire left and I'm really, really enjoying it. It's picked up. The stuff in the prologue has now come about. And it's all connected and the action's finally started happening, so I'm really, really enjoying it. I just had to stop vlogging here because I hit a really good line, and that was Fire had clamped hold of every mind in the room before the boy even hit the floor. Like, yes, perfect, flawless, I love her. Like I said, I'm going to finish this book probably within the next 45 minutes, and hopefully my next book will arrive before I do finish this. Otherwise I'm probably going to have to read Sadie next for this readathon because I'm in the mood for a contemporary, not Vengeful. I did it. It's 9:30 in the evening and I finished my first book. Obviously I didn't read the entire thing and I've only read about 100 pages this evening, but I did it. I did get stopped in the middle because Quill phoned me. He's on holiday at the moment and we just had a quick phone call to update each other on our days. So that happened, then a friend of ours delivered my parcel. Now my book is here. I haven't actually taken it out of the packaging, but you guys know what it is. I did go for the hardback in the end. It's a really short book. Oh god, I didn't really want to get the hardback because I don't have the hardback of the other two, but this was cheaper than the Kindle copy and my library doesn't have it, so I ended up getting that. And I don't know whether to read it tonight because it's getting quite late, and also I'm worried I'm going to get freaked out because her books can sometimes be quite creepy, like some certain scenes. So I'm debating whether to read this or Sadie, but to be honest I'm leaning towards this because I've really missed her writing and I've been waiting all year for this book to come out, so I might as well start it now, right? I forgot to say actually that Fire, really enjoyed it. It got very emotional towards the end, which I wasn't expecting at all. I didn't tear up, but I got a little bit like sad, I guess, because of reasons. Yeah, I really liked it. I'll be reading the third book in this series at some point. I will actually finish this series if it kills me. So I've come into the bedroom to chill out and relax and start my next book. I still don't know which one I'm going to start, and I was narrowing it down to probably An Unwanted Guest, but then I saw that Reagan posted a reading vlog, like right in the middle of my readathon as well. It's so rude and distracting. So obviously I'm now going to have to watch that and be distracted for a good like 20 minutes. This one's like 34 minutes long, but I watched them on 2x speed. And hopefully watching this vlog will wake me up a bit so I can like perk myself up ready for my next book, because I reckon I could probably finish a whole other book tonight. I used to read books in like a couple of hours all the time, so I reckon if I really get into one I'll be able to do it, but first I'm going to watch this reading vlog. Despite my bold claim about being able to read into the night, it's quarter past 11 and I'm exhausted. I decided to go with An Unwanted Guest. I'm on chapter 4, so I'm about 25 pages in and it's not what I was expecting. It's not
the author's usual style, for one thing. And then also there are too many characters for me to actually follow what's going on. I think it's probably because it's quite late at night and I'm quite tired. But yeah, there's a whole cast of characters and we've just been introduced to them all one after the other. And I just don't know who's who. I think I'm going to carry on reading for a little bit until I fall asleep and then pick this up tomorrow. Tomorrow is when the real magic will start to happen, because the only thing I need to do is go into town and get some more shampoo from Lush and then maybe get some snacks to keep myself awake for the rest of the day.
Morning everyone, it's just after 8 o'clock in the morning. I've been up since 7 because I just couldn't sleep for some reason. I'm so tired. Normally I can function on about 7 hours of sleep, but I do prefer to have about 9. And I'm really quite upset that on a Saturday morning I woke up at 7. But it's fine, I've got a busy day ahead of me. The readathon is well underway. I read about 80 pages of An Unwanted Guest last night and I'm enjoying it, but it's not really a thriller, it's more of a murder mystery. I mean, that's exactly what it is, although things haven't really started happening yet. So I'm going to read a bit more of this morning. I do need to go into town, but the shops don't open until 10. So I'll do that after I've had some breakfast and read a little bit more. I've got quite a few things to do today. I need to go into town and go to the library, show some proof of ID because I haven't done that yet, which is really lazy of me because I moved here last September and I still haven't done that. So I'll get around to doing that today just because I have to do it before the 1st of October to keep my library card. Hey everyone, so I'm just off out to the shops. I've read a little bit more of the book and I'm enjoying it. It's a bit disappointing because it's not exactly what I was expecting. It's a lot more of a murder mystery than a thriller. Basically all of these guests go to a hotel and they're snowed in and then murders start happening. So yeah, it's not exactly what I was expecting. I'm a little bit disappointed, but it's something different at least from her previous 2 books. Hey everyone, I'm back from the shops and it was a very successful trip. I got my 2 shampoo bars that I wanted to get. I got a new blanket for the house, which I'm really happy with. It's really thick. It's one of Primark's ones, which is also where this one is from. As you can see, I've got a thing for purple today. And this one is just so soft and comfortable. It has got like some holes in it, so I think I'm going to get another one that's even thicker for like the dead of winter, but this is good for autumn. I went to the library and I activated my library card finally. It's been months, and I got 3 books. One of the books is one that I actually was about to buy before I left the house. It was in my basket on Waterstones and I was so close to checking out, but I waited and I got the book from the library, so I'm really happy that I've done that. I should probably show you those actually, shouldn't I? The first one I got is Beartown, which is one that I've seen around on BookTube for a little while now. I think this is some sort of mystery, not really sure. I also got The Boy on the Bridge, which is the prequel to The Girl with All the Gifts. I liked The Girl with All the Gifts, it was okay, and I've been told that this one is much better. And finally, the book that I was about to buy but didn't is Bird Box, which is in a really ugly like plastic wrap. But this is one that I have heard amazing things about. A couple of people have put it on their all-time favourite thrillers list. So I'm really looking forward to giving this one a go. In case you don't know, this is a horror book, I think, about a young family in a world where if you go outside, you have to be blindfolded because if you see what's out there, then you go mad or you die or something. I've been reading a bit more of An Unwanted Guest since I got back. I now have about 70 pages to go. There's been a couple more murders and things have started happening. I'm enjoying it. It's not amazing. I prefer her other books, but this one is decent. I also started listening to the audiobook of Sadie when I was on my way to and from town. It's about a 20-minute walk, so I haven't read much of it, but I've been listening to it on 1.3 speed and I am loving it. It is so well done. The publisher and the cast and everyone has just put so much effort into this audiobook, so I'm going to listen to that after I finished An Unwanted Guest while I eat lunch and clean the kitchen. So that'll be a good way to smash through that. I think I've got about 7 hours of it left. So in theory, I should be able to get it done today. It just depends on how much listening I want to do. I've just been reading a bit more, only like 5 pages, but the person that I most suspected of being the murderer has just died, so I'm out of ideas, like, entirely. No, actually, no. There's one other person that I think it could be, just because this person hasn't really done much so far, so I feel like the author's trying not to focus on them, but we'll see. Just finished it and I was correct. The twist wasn't that good. I found it all very predictable, but it was enjoyable enough. Thankfully I only spent £6.50 on this hardback, otherwise I would have been a bit disappointed because this really isn't the author's best work. I would say The Couple Next Door is miles and miles better, and A Stranger in the House is, you know, really good, whereas this one is kind of just good. It's enjoyable, it's okay. I'm now about 2 hours away from finishing Sadie. Sorry, 1 second, it's about to get dark. I'm just looking for my Kindle. I think it's in the bedroom somewhere. Yeah, 2 hours away from finishing Sadie. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's so good. I'm listening to it on 2 times speed so that I get through it faster, and it's working out really well for me. Where have I put this? Oh, there it is. I'm loving it. So I'm going to finish off that after I've recorded some booktube videos, because I have 3 or 4 videos to record for the upcoming couple of weeks, as well as the reading vlogs. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I finished up tidying up the flat for the most part, which is good. I just need to do a little bit more dusting and a tiny bit more washing up, and then I can clean the sink, and then it will all be flawless and I'll be so happy with myself. So now I'm just going to go ahead and record the videos and then finish Sadie, and then either read The Colour of Magic or start Vengeful, both of which I'm quite excited for, so I don't know which one I'm going to go for next. So I haven't finished Sadie yet, but I've decided that since it's quite warm outside and quite sunny, I would make the most of it, because it's probably not going to happen for much longer considering it's nearly October. So I'm going to take The Colour of Magic outside and read on my swing, and we'll see how that goes. I kind of really just want to read Vengeful, but I figure I should give this a good go first. This was such a good idea. I actually can't remember whereabouts I was on this book, so I might just have to start again, which isn't ideal.
Hey guys, so I fell asleep. I went outside for a little bit and then came back in, and all of a sudden I just felt really drowsy and I fell asleep. So it's now nearly 8 o'clock, I think, and I've read about 70 pages of The Colour of Magic. And it's alright. It's a bit difficult to read, actually. I wasn't expecting it to be quite so, I don't know, dry, I think. I don't really know how to describe it, but I'm struggling to get into the writing style, which is why I got tired and fell asleep. And also, now I've woken up and I feel a bit sick, so I don't know if I'm coming down with something, or if I'm just still tired, or if I haven't eaten enough today, which I think I have, because I've had 3 meals already, small meals. Maybe I should eat something else. But yeah, I'm not feeling too great, which is a bit of a shame. So I think now I'm going to quickly microwave my dinner, because I'm having leftovers, and then read a bit more of The Colour of Magic. I've decided to save Vengeful. Sorry, excuse me, I don't know what's happening to my voice. I've decided to save Vengeful for when I go to bed, because I've got the ebook, and that way I can read on my Kindle and, like, I don't know, lie around with it rather than keeping the lights on and trying to keep up with a physical book. And then I think in the morning I'm going to finish Sadie, as that's an audiobook. I feel like I need to be more awake for that, because I tried listening to some and then I kept like drifting off, and then the narration changed and I kept like jerking awake. So yeah, that didn't go too well.
And then I got really sick. So it's currently Sunday morning, it's 11 o'clock, and I slept horribly last night. I'm feeling awful. I don't know if I've caught like a stomach bug or something, but I haven't thrown up, but I'm feeling like I might. So I finished Sadie and it was amazing. I loved it. I listened to the whole thing on audiobook in the end instead of switching to the ebook. I've just finished it this morning while I was lying in bed. I'll talk about it more in a wrap up or a review or something, because there's a lot to say on it, but it's really dark, really disturbing, and just really, really well written. Now I'm going to clean myself up a bit, go and shower, and then maybe start Vengeful if I'm feeling up to it, but to be honest I kind of just want to lie in bed because I'm not feeling too great. Hi everyone, it's now the next morning and I thought I would take this opportunity to wrap up what I did, because I didn't get a chance to vlog on Sunday. I kind of got a bit distracted. I started playing Fallout 4 and then yeah, but I did finish 3 books and start another 2, so I'm happy with that. The first book that I finished was Fire, as you know. I liked it, it was alright, not amazing. I prefer Graceling. Next one I finished is An Unwanted Guest by Sherry LaPena. This is an adult mystery and it's not her best work. I will give this one 3 stars, I think. It's alright. And then I also finished Sadie on audiobook, which was amazing. 5 stars. Loved every second of it. Then I started 2 other books. So I picked up The Colour of Magic again, and I am currently 85 pages in, and I'm struggling to follow the storyline, to be honest. The writing in this one isn't great, and I feel like he doesn't really know where he's going with it, but I've been told that that's perfectly normal for the first couple of books, and then he starts to like hit his stride and develops the world a little bit more, and it just gets really, really good. So I'm looking forward to continuing with this, because I am at least enjoying it. And then I also started Vengeful, which I haven't told you yet. I'm like 30 pages into it, haven't read much of it at all. I stupidly didn't read a recap of the book on Recap Tins because I thought I'd be okay. But I read Vicious years ago when it first came out, and I can't really remember much of it. I remember the character names, and that Victor and Eli are both awful, and Sydney was adorable, but that is it. I can't remember pretty much anything else, so that was a mistake. I think I've put it down for this morning, and I think I'm going to read a recap tin sometime today and then pick it back up again later, because Victoria Schwab didn't like give any sort of indication on what happened, which I appreciate, because no one wants to read a sequel and spend like half of it reading a summary of the previous book, you know? So that's what's happening with that. I've tried not to start Bird Box, and I've come awfully close to failing, but so far I haven't started it. I need to finish Vengeful first, and then also The Colour of Magic, and then I will get to Bird Box, because I'm really excited to read that one. So that was my 48-hour readathon. I think it went really well, considering I got sick in the middle of it and I got distracted towards the end. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I finished 3 books and started 2 more. So go me. Have a good day.